Welcome into another episode of the Holton Ahlers Show. On this episode, we're going to dive into the Temple matchup, dive in also to the possibilities of what this conference could lead to if the Pirates keep winning. Caden, welcome to the show, brother.
Welcome back. Big game coming up.
Big game.
Big next 2 weeks. The conference is at play for everyone. And honestly, we were watching the South Florida Memphis game on Saturday, and I was
Who called it?
Okay. I think anyone.
I did.
No one saw that coming up.
What do you mean?
They were up 2 touchdowns. You can't say you called it when you were nervous for like the whole game until they came back at the end. Doesn't matter. I think it was better that South Florida lost that game for everyone.
Yeah. That's where it gets kind of confusing, where it's like, who did we actually want to win? Like, I know me and you were talking about that. I talked to Tegan. Tegan said this is prior, he thought that they wanted South Florida to win, but he also had no clue.
I have no clue now because now Tulane plays Memphis.
Okay.
South Florida plays Navy.
Yeah.
Which will beat
maybe.
me.
I think maybe.
I think Navy would drop
a
at
fraud.
least 2.
Yeah.
I think they're probably the weakest one. Temple, we will play this week.
5-3 and 3-1 in conference.
Kind of similar to us. We get to play and knock them off this week. And then hopefully we get a chance to knock Memphis off for a matter in 2 weeks. So I think the conference is really exciting right now. I think it's really good for the conference. What I hate about this for the conference is, let's say we go on a run, right?
Yeah.
ECU, we go on a run. We get our chance. The rest of the conference takes place. Memphis does what we need them to do. And then ECU or South Florida's in the championship. And then let's say ECU wins a championship. I know I'm getting really ahead of myself right now. I think that gives a clear shot for the Mountain West to take.
That's
which is the worst thing because I think the Americans will wish the strongest G5 conference out there.
Well, I'll tell you, but I would love to be in that opportunity where I would love to just be in the conversation.
Yeah, well, not even talking about an awesome ECU run, but I think it might even hurt a lot of anyone else if ECU isn't the school. And like it could hurt a 2 or 3 loss Memphis. It could hurt a 2 or 3 loss. Whoever beats that number 1 team in the conference.
Yeah, the thing that was Boise State's probably the Mountain West team, right? They only have 1 loss to South Florida.
A lot of people forget about San Diego State 1 loss.
Really? Okay, so that
Hawaii
is the thing
as well as out there.
Only has 1 loss.
They have 2 losses.
Oh, okay. Well, no, 2 loss. It'd have to be a 1 loss Mountain West team. The thing that sucks about this entire thing is they're going to try. People already aren't that happy with a G5 school making the playoff every year. So they're going to do as much as they can to like protect that. And what I mean by that is like, say ECU wins out. We have 3 losses right now. And say Boise State wins out. They would much rather, in my opinion, this isn't me saying like ECU wouldn't deserve it rather than Boise. I think the committee would rather have a 1-loss Boise State team than a 3-loss winner of the
Boise State. 1 to Notre Dame.
Yeah, okay, so 2-loss. Rather than a 3-loss winner of the American. I think a 2-loss Boise team, which lost to South Florida and Notre Dame, hypothetically, would get in prior to a 3-loss.
We're getting really ahead of ourselves.
But I'm just saying, like, that's the overall thing is they're going to try to protect the image of the G5 school. So it's going to be like if it's San Diego State or whoever you were saying, I think it's opposite. I think the winner of the American, if it was a 3-loss school, would get in at that point. But I think Boise's a bigger name. They made it last year. It's just a bigger brand. I'm not saying they're a bigger brand than ECU, but Boise and San Diego State, San Diego State would get left out, in my opinion, unless they only have 1 loss. And Boise would still have a chance to get in if they had 2 losses.
Yeah, the G5 conversation's very mixed up right now, especially because I think Boise has a pretty clear shot to go into undefeated conference into their championship game.
But I think ECU has a clear shot to win out as well. I think Memphis is going to be tough. Temple's going
to be tough.
Is going to be a tough one. We'll get into it. But the shot is there
this 2 weeks is the shot.
Yes. And if you look at last year, like Coach Harrell, this is the month that he flipped the entire program and earned his job. Coach Harrell's the head coach of ECU, and these coaches are still here because of the month of October last year. So
November.
Yeah.
November.
I'm just saying like it began now. Yeah. And I think that is big for us to understand is like he's coached, like he's not a rookie coach anymore. He's been in this situation of coaching during this time of the year because it is different. Managing people, a team is different, and managing a locker room is different. The beginning of the year, middle of the year, and end of the year, you got to manage bodies, you got to manage injuries, you got to manage a lot of different things. Weather, practicing without an indoor, like there's like this week. is raining and cold. We were talking about on the way over here. Like, this podcast is brought to you by Anson Belts. Over 10,000 combinations of micro-adjustable holeless belts. They got the Jolly Roger. They got purple belts. They got business casual. Anything you need, go to ansonbelt.com. Thank you for supporting the pod. Understanding how to manage that as a head coach is way different. And if you have experience already doing that and winning in that experience, that's huge for us.
Yeah, and get into like the Temple. We want to dive right into it. What sucks about this week for the team is you would think like this is perfect weather for like a traditional Philly trip.
Yeah.
But you look at the weather in Philadelphia this weekend, it's 50-some degrees and dry. So it's like, how do you prepare for a dry game and a weather all week when it's just torrential downpour, high winds?
But you get that indoor up quicker.
Well, will you practice without indoor? Like, how do you approach that as a coach? Do you go inside because more likely what the weather's going to be like in Philadelphia? Not really. It's 70, 80 degrees in there. Or do you go out in the wind, the high rains, something you're not going to see actually this weekend?
And when he says inside, for the people like, we don't have an indoor, we don't have anywhere to go inside. Like, we would practice in Minji's. Like, practice, I would say. Like, you would go in Minji's and like walk through as much as you could.
Some people got pretty physical in those.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
ridiculous.
Like, it is ridiculous. They're like, stop it.
I got put in my tail a couple times in the
Pause. I would say, no, you got to stay outside and you got to practice. And like, at the end of the day, that's why I say I always gave love to like Steve, which is the head of equipment and the equipment managers. Cause like their job is, especially in the quarterback, and I was probably so annoying to them, is like, if I was a quarterback and you have a good equipment team, like if they'll make sure the ball is dry, at least on game days, but especially during practice too, like during periods, to where like you should be fine. Like I don't think it'll make a difference, but probably not that much of a difference. You got vet guys like Holton Ahlers, their quarterback, which is who the kind of throwing is the biggest thing.
I think catching's kind of difficult too.
Catching is too, yes, but like it's only going to get easier either way. I think throwing, you could kind of get in your head, I didn't have a good week throwing, I didn't do that, but like I think having guys who have been there, done that, like that, I don't think it's a big deal.
As a guy who got in his head as in the quarterback position,
you would, because you got little hands.
I do have little hands. So a week like this week would really suck for me because I lose every grip I had on the football,
and Donnie would scream.
Yeah, well, I would say like, for me, small hands, a week like today would be awful for me, especially if we're not going to go into like a week like that, because you go into the next week and my grip on the ball would change. Yeah. And it would change my entire like throwing motion on that.
I wonder if Holton Ahlers has little hands.
I don't know. If he has little hands like me, I'm a little concerned. So hopefully he has normal sized person hands. So
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's a good thought. So let's dive into Temple a little bit. They're very underrated. I think now they're kind of getting some respect.
I don't think they're fully Temple tough again, but they're. I think they have a good shot in a couple of years to be Temple tough.
Okay, you say that. They have the same direct path as we do to the conference championship. If you're looking at it, like they're 3-1 in conference play. They're 5-3 overall. They're playing for bowl eligibility. Like our game versus them is home and playing for bowl eligibility, and per se for the conference championship.
Yeah, I agree. I think they have a bit of a harder path than we do.
No, they do, but I'm just saying,
they got
like
Tulane, they got North Texas, they got us, they got Army.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think this is
in
probably
their locker room. They are saying
this is by far the best Temple team we've played in probably
since 2019,
2018, 2019.
2019, they were decent,
and it's shocking. But you can see from the head ball coach they have, Casey Keller. He comes from a winning tradition at Sam Houston State.
Winningest coach, active coach right now in FCS and FBS.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from it.
Are you a hater? This dude's flipped Temple.
I know. I just don't think you claim the FCS wins to the FBS wins.
If you're Temple, you do.
If you're Temple, you do. But that's just, I am hating on that.
He's clearly a good coach. He's a
great coach. Well, look at Sam Houston now, a year after he left.
I also saw, I think it was the Tulsa game. They were losing at halftime, and they interviewed him at halftime, and he said, well, what are you going to tell your locker room? And he said that I'm embarrassed to be their coach. And I was like, oh my goodness.
Hit him with the Kirk Cincinnati comment.
Yeah. But then they came out and they won, and that's kind of like what flipped their seasons. They came out and won that game, came back by like 17, won the game, and they've won since.
Yeah, they stopped Tulsa right there on the goal line pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, Tulsa had a chance to win it, lost by a point.
Yeah.
So
it's a sneaky game. And
one of the hardest places to play.
I was about to say, playing there
we've ever went to.
Yeah. Even like my last year, trying to think. Well, we were 6-4, I believe, at that point, and they like weren't good. Kurt Warner's kid was his quarterback, and we went in there the last game of the season and had to score on the game-winning drive, and we won like 49-46. Had to throw I think it was like a 50-yard touchdown within like 40 seconds of the game ending, and it was tough. And
why is Temple so tough? I don't think a lot of people are really understand.
One would say Temple tough.
Well, they're not Temple tough anymore. But
the environment, playing in a crappy environment, like you're playing in Eagles Stadium where you'll be playing in front of 3,000 fans. Now they're playing for bowl eligibility. Yeah. There may be 20,000, but still, like you're playing a 70,000 seat stadium or whatever it is. There's not that many fans there. Like that's weird. Philly's like weather was always weird when we were there.
Dreary,
it's
gray
just kinda,
skies, especially this time of year.
Yeah, so like we always had early games when I played. I think that this game at 2
o'clock. You might get some sun peeking out there.
Yeah, but we would always like. Going into it, like the environment's literally it's not gonna be much of an environment, and then like it's dreary, and then like Philly's also kind of like fits the dreary mindset. Like I think Harold's letting them like go out in the city a little bit more now, not like go out but like see things. Whereas like when we were playing, it was like you go to the hotel, you get on the bus, and you go to the game. Mm-hmm. So it's just like one of those weird like sneaky environments where like you'd be like. Halfway through the game, you're like, crap, this is a college football game. We better lock in.
It's one of those environments you show up to warm-ups, and it's like, I feel like it's hard to get up. Like,
you got to bring your own juice.
You're not bringing the juice. Like, the juice isn't there for you. You literally have to bring your own juice, which reminds me of Temple when they were really good. Temple Tough days.
2018.
I remember we show up. I don't think we had the juice that game. Like, we showed up, and we were like,
it was dreary game as well.
It was exactly what we said. It was like dreary, foggy, gray. And we pull up to the stadium. No one's there, of course. And they got a DJ in their locker room. They had a full DJ. We walked by this locker room. They're DJing out. And I was like, what is this? And then quarterbacks.
That's when they were good.
Yeah. Quarterbacks usually go out first. And we're walking out of the tunnel. And we look at the sideline. And these guys are full weightlifting.
They had racks on the sideline.
Pre-game weightlifting. I've never seen anything like in my life. Like, they are hitting a pre-game pump on the side of the field. And I think in that moment, I was like, oh shit. Like these guys, we're in for probably a long day here.
Yeah.
That was probably like one of the most unique college experiences I saw. But what they did there is they made their own juice.
Yeah.
That era of Temple football, and they might be on the path again, was making their own juice in an environment that has absolutely no juice.
Yeah, that was like the leftovers of like Matt Rule, Temple Tough. Who was the head coach?
I can't
2018.
Remember.
Look it up. Because Matt Rule, I didn't go against Matt Rule. I don't believe. Matt Rule by that point had already left, I think. But he like created the Temple Tough thing and like them lifting on the sidelines, dude. I remember like who was the head coach?
Jeff Collins.
Yeah, Georgia Tech.
And now he's guess where he's at these days?
Where?
Clemson.
Nuh-uh.
With old Mike Houston.
Him and Coach Houston just reminisce on good times.
I wonder if they still talk about that old Temple Tough game. Forgot that 2018 game that we had no juice on. Do you remember the score of that game?
I do not.
We got our asses kicked. 49-6.
Oof. I played some that game. I wasn't the starter yet. I think that was the last game Reed was the starter.
49-6.
I got in for a couple runs. Had a big run.
That is crazy.
Wouldn't say too big of a run. We only scored 6 points, but had a run.
Listen to what they said the crowd size was that game.
Yeah.
26,000 people.
No way.
There's no way.
I think there was 5.
It
was
max.
Foggy. I think it was an 11 o'clock game. I don't even think it was a 12 o'clock game.
Well, I know another good Temple memory.
What?
And I'm just spitting off these. At Temple, my senior year.
Oh, okay.
I thought we were going to go in there and kill them. It's
At Temple years. Oh, 2020.
Yeah, it's like the last 2 games of the year, maybe.
COVID.
The last 3 games.
Yeah.
Owen's like, hey, don't worry, Kay. We're going to get them there today. We're going to take care of business because they were bad by that point.
Yeah.
And
I was trying to get you some PT
you're
your
going to
last
get some
game.
PT today. And no, it was 21-7, I think was the final score. Or 19-7.
21-7? Yeah, I guess.
Golly. It was we only scored by 2 touchdowns. And you were like, hey, how about you go in and just need the ball? And I was like, you sure about that? He's like, yeah, just go and need the ball. Next thing I know, Mike Houston's pissed. Caden's not needing the ball.
Yeah.
Caden's not needing the ball. And I was like, damn, bro.
I try to be a good friend, bro.
You try to be a good friend, and you couldn't even put points up against Temple on us. But
oh my, what? I'm trying to get you in. I'm trying to like.
I know it didn't work out, and we pissed the coach off.
Sorry, we did not score.
We just
more
pissed
points. You're
Houston
right.
off. That was the only thing about that.
Run, pass.
Go to Temple this year. They got a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Evan Simons,
Transfer.
former Rutgers quarterback.
Yeah.
No one talks about him for the Heisman. Probably because he didn't have the right wins. 21 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Are you serious?
Dude.
Oh, my goodness.
If we want to talk about good football players, that's a
Are
pretty...
you sure? Is that a miss? Did you read that wrong?
No, I checked it like 3 times.
21 touchdowns to
I
no
don't know if he has any
interceptions?
fumbles or not, but
Dog.
talk about going to Temple and finding your way.
Oh, my goodness.
And also, one thing about Temple this year, they've had a pretty tough schedule.
They have, yeah.
They played Georgia Tech, undefeated. They played Oklahoma, SEC, so 2 loss, Oklahoma, or 3 loss now, I don't remember.
At Temple.
And I thought fans were going to be at that game. No one showed up. So
do
and
they
then they
have
had a
fans
tough loss against Navy.
Yeah.
Like, they've played some tough football teams. I know Navy, we think's the fraud of the...
They have the easiest schedule in America.
Yeah, the 1-loss team. But I think this is going to be a tough game.
If you look at it, like, Temple has played better on the road, weirdly enough. Even his stats, like, he has 11 touchdowns on the road, 6 at home. They have better statistics away. I think they're 3-1 on the road, and then whatever the rest is at home. So that is something to kind of keep in mind, because it's like, okay, are they not good at making their own juice? Do they do better when there's fans in the stands? And as a natural human, you typically would. So that's something to look at. I feel good about it. Like, obviously, we're coming off like a 16-day hiatus of playing. It's good for guys to get healthy. Like, midway through the season, you're going to have guys that are banged up, that aren't on the injury report, aren't, publicly known to be hurt, but there's injuries there. And like, that's what matters. Like, talking about my year, I don't even know if anyone knows. I may have said on the podcast before, like, playing Temple that game, like, my index finger on my throwing hand, if you go back to the highlights, I was wearing a glove. My index finger on my throwing hand was broken. So, like, injuries like that occur during the season that no one knows of, but 16 days off definitely helps that, Caden.
What do you think of this line?
4.5.
4.5.
I would hammer
Do you
Pirates.
think the books feel like the Pirates offense are going to show up on the road?
I could see I think that's why it's 4.5, because if not, I would hammer it.
What do you feel like the offense played against at Tulsa? I feel like a lot of people were happy. We finally put like 40 points back on the board.
Yeah, I was happy with it. I think that's what I expected. I think that's the team going into the year. That's the team I expected to see. Was a team that gave up a decent amount of points defensively, but our offense was good enough to win the games. I thought that's how we were going to win. Majority of our games would be that way.
Biggest concern I have for this game is coming off the bye.
Okay,
I'm not a fan of college football.
It's not even the bye. It's 16 days off.
It's a long
That's what
time.
I'm saying.
College football, like, I think buys are great, but when you have 18, 19, 20-some-year-old kids, guys, whatever you want to call them, I think there's a lot of distraction that can happen. And a lot of, like, outside game fill, and then going into this environment. The environment and that many days off is, like,
it's scary.
I don't know who's going to show up.
Yeah.
I don't know if, like, the team that we saw, the defense we played saw all year show up. I mean, the defense against Tulsa last week. I mean 2 weeks ago.
I think
that
defense.
was scary.
I think defense will be fine. It's the offense that.
I agree, but one thing about offense is, and football, and you could agree on this, is offenses are usually more consistent.
Disagree.
Consistency on offense is easier to find than defense.
I'm just kidding.
Defense can go out and lay an egg a couple games a year.
Yes, but I'm saying this year for the Pirates, it's been defense.
I agree.
Consistent.
But I'm saying, like, I'm worried about the day that the defense doesn't show up, kind of like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I would say that was the worst game of the year. And the day the offense doesn't show up as well. Then
versus a good team.
And
that's the problem.
And off a bye week, I feel like that's the one game of the year that could happen.
And if you look, we had like a semi-bye week before BYU, I believe, yes. And we came out and scored, 7 points, whatever it was. So, like, the time that we had off, because I remember on the fifth quarter, like, people were calling, like, the first half we had, like, nothing. Or maybe it was Tulane. It was Tulane, I think we had some time off before. It was a big game. We just came out and the offense didn't look good the first half. Like, versus good teams, you can't do that and win games. And whether we want to admit it or not, like, Temple's a good team now. Mm-hmm. So that's something I would... concerns me, but at the same time, it's an opportunity to go show that isn't the case. That offensively, the things that we were maybe slowing us down prior to this game, like, we fixed in those 16 days. It's also a great opportunity for the offense to go out there and say, hey, we're a different team. We're a real contender in this conference, and let's go show it.
Who do you think's going to have a big game, big day that you're calling? Don't know what to have for dinner? Feeling hungry? Go to Sam Jones Barbecue, Eastern North Carolina's favorite barbecue. And on top of that, when you order Sam Jones, how about round up on your order and help them give 2 Make-A-Wish to Eastern North Carolina kids? Who do we love the most?
I love Sam Jones Barbecue. You know what a low-key good thing about Sam Jones Barbecue is? Their salads. Their salad is amazing. Barbecue down, drizzle some of their sauce up top. It's fire. Go check out Sam Jones Barbecue. Thanks for supporting the pod.
Defense,
I don't know, who do you
offense.
think? Just generally, I think defense will. I think we'll intercept them a couple times. They'll have some turnovers. I think we'll have
We're
pick
going to create the
six.
first pick of the year?
Pick six.
Man, you're just going.
Pick six late in the third quarter. Remember last time I did this?
You're trying to do
the
it.
bowl game.
I think you did that against NC State this year, and it didn't come true.
Yes, because you made me, though. It wasn't natural.
All right, pick 6 late in the third quarter.
How do you feel about it?
I think I'm concerned, but I think the Pirates' defense has been good all year. I think if we can play like we did last week, we come out with some juice. I don't know. The offense has scared me all year, but I'm hoping this is the
Are you
top.
taking the Pirates -4.5?
I don't like to play the Pirates anymore.
Respect. I don't
I
as
don't,
well.
I don't
think
like.
this game
I don't like
will.
when you play the Pirates because you care so much about it and you lose.
They already got that, man.
Yeah, but what if I'm saying? I don't like to double stack my losses.
Yeah.
You know, I like to
Understandable.
keep emotions,
Understandable.
and if you're gonna bet, keep them separate.
Yeah.
And with Pirates, it's all emotions, so I can't.
Understandable.
That's called separation.
All right, so let's look at the grand scheme of things. If we win this game, the games just keep getting bigger and bigger. Obviously,
it's a
we got to
big-
beat Charlotte.
big game.
Memphis is going to be huge. How would you feel? This hypothetically, if we win this, we go into the Memphis game. How after watching Memphis win a big one, how would you feel going to that Memphis game?
Well, I watched Memphis win a big one, and I
Versus-
watched them
yeah.
lose a bad one.
Yeah,
I watched
but
both
with a
those
backup
games.
quarterback.
I know your quarterback goes down. I think.
Yeah,
I mean, he's banged up.
Yeah, no,
I
for
mean,
sure.
this time of the year, you're banged up.
Yeah.
Especially if you went out with an injury from a game. You're a pretty banged up guy. Memphis has a lot of resiliency. They showed it right there against South Florida. South Florida is a good team. I think that South Florida made
really
a lot of
good.
mistakes.
Yeah.
I think they had chances to score that they went for it multiple times.
Can I pause you there though?
Yeah.
Good teams create turnovers and create stops and then go get field goals. Great teams go score touchdowns. Memphis got stops, got turnovers, and got touchdowns, and that's how they won the game. So I think that, sorry to cut you off there, you can keep going, but I think that is what separates good and great. And Memphis showed in that game they have a chance to win the American and go to the playoff because they took advantage of that.
I think we need to focus on these 2 weeks, then we can talk about Memphis after the Charlotte
You don't
game.
want to talk about it? I'm
I
trying to.
don't even
where's
want to
the
talk about
podcast?
Memphis yet. I don't even want to talk about Memphis yet.
Oh my gosh!
It matters about Temple, then Charlotte.
You're not the starting quarterback in
Dude.
a media press conference right now. This is a podcast where fans listen to us talk about.
I don't want to talk about it.
We get another co-host
Because
and
if
talk
we
about
lose
it.
this game this week, guess what? We just playing to upset Memphis season.
No,
in 2
you're
weeks.
right. You're right. You're right.
Charlotte, I think we
Don't
kick Charlotte
even.
in the
That's what we
chest.
said the last 2 years.
I'm gonna say it.
Charlotte is terrible.
They are so bad.
You know who? Weren't you the one who told me that Charlotte's offense is ranked higher than ours, though?
No. Points forced in conference, they've scored 4 less than us
So they've only scored 4 less points than us.
in conference. That's what it said.
That's tough.
So-
Hey, this week's we're going to turn around. Offense is going to play great. It's going to be a big game. We're going to feel. Think about this. Next week we come in here and talk. Blowout win versus Temple. Temple's a good football team.
I mean, you mean Charlotte after that?
No, I'm saying this week. Next week, this time we come in here. We're going to say we just beat Temple handily. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. We got a great, exciting homecoming. Hopefully Shane Carden and
Yeah, he's coming on. I
Justin
already talked
Hardy.
to him. Yeah.
I think that'll be exciting. You have a lot of people in town. I think the program's gonna be really fired up against Charlotte, a team we've never beat,
Yeah.
and the so-called rivalry, which I don't claim. I think it'll be pretty exciting. And then back-to-back wins, you're going into a really big conference showdown. And I'm looking forward to it. I think we've been talking about this Memphis build-up for a long time.
Why are you talking about Memphis?
But it starts this week, so I'm excited to see how we do. I think the final score, if I had to do a score prediction, 31-21.
49-17 Pirates.
All right, we'll see. That's a big difference there.
That is a big difference. What are your thoughts on, you probably don't even know the answer. If we win out, are we 100% in the conference championship?
I have no clue. I
That
was trying to
would
read
suck.
that. I have
That
no
would
clue.
suck.
And I didn't. There's a lot of different stipulations.
Well, yeah, no, we would only have one loss in conference.
I think South Florida can win out.
They would have one loss in conference.
Yeah.
Who has
North
one loss in
Texas
conference?
could win out as well. Do they play each other?
Yeah, North Texas already lost to South Florida.
Oh, you're right. Well, North Texas could win out, but they'd have the loss to.
Like, how does that work?
I read it goes off common opponents.
Yeah.
It goes off head-to-head matchup.
Yeah.
It goes off your college football ranking.
Okay.
Whoever's higher there as well. And then I saw the last stipulation, and I
Coin
again
toss?
a coin toss.
Yeah.
So like I don't even want to like act like I know how.
So realistically, Navy's 5-0, Tulane's 3-0 in conference, Memphis 3-1, South Florida 3-1, North Texas 3-1, Temple 3-1, we're 2-1. Holy cow! And the top 2 teams make it. I think Navy will lose.
They have to play South Florida and Memphis back-to-back weeks after
Navy will lose
after Notre Dame, and then this week they play
Yeah.
North Texas.
But Navy would have to lose at least twice.
Yep.
Tulane wins us in the head-to-head, so we really need Tulane to be the team we play because you don't want to be tied with them. You want Tulane to win out because you don't want to be tied with them and then them win the head-to-head. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So you want to play Tulane. You want Memphis to lose. We meet Memphis again. If we went out and beat Memphis, they would have 2 losses. South Florida would need to lose, or North Texas would need to lose. So yeah, so it really comes down to South Florida and North Texas if we win out. If Navy loses, which we
I
think
don't
they
see
will.
South Florida losing though.
What is the rest of their schedule?
UTSA. They play Navy on the road.
Yeah,
They play UAB on the
Rice.
road.
Yeah, it's tough.
And Rice. I think you need.
All right, so then you need 2 loss Tulane. You need Tulane to lose twice, which is UTSA, Memphis. They play
Memphis.
They play Temple, and that's really it.
Yeah, I mean FAU's been playing a lot of teams tough.
They have. FAU actually has. So there is a chance we win out and don't make it, even though we would only have 1 loss in conference.
There's a chance.
How though? Because of head-to-head, the chance would be Tulane finishes second, and they beat us in the head-to-head, so they would get in. Correct? Yes.
South Florida.
North Texas. Who do they play?
They play
they're
Navy.
good.
They play Navy.
Their
this
head
week.
coach is going to be the head coach somewhere next year, and that quarterback is going right there with them, making $1 million. North Texas has the easiest schedule. They got a big one actually. They got Navy. They play Navy, so that's a huge one.
But they could lose to Temple, I think, as well.
Yeah, but that's the last game of the season, so like that's just one. Rice 4-4. Whoa,
We'll see. We'll have to let it play out week by week.
that's a fun one. I love talking about that.
It's at the point where there's too many common
But
records.
we just need to know, who do we cheer for? I think we cheer for Tulane to win out, 100%, and the Pirates to win out.
This week we cheer for Navy to beat North Texas.
You say that, but then Navy would be
won't-
6-0.
I believe Navy will not beat Memphis, and they won't beat South Florida back-to-back games. Coming off a
but
Notre
that's what
Dame
I'm saying.
game.
Navy is 5-0. They would need 2 losses at least.
Yes, they play Notre Dame. Doesn't matter.
2 loss in conference.
Yes, they play Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's not in our conference.
Oh my God, let me get through this. They play Notre Dame,
Yeah.
who's going to bully them. Then they play. Holton and I the other day was looking for a solid lunch option, and what did we find? We found one of our local Eastern North Carolina Jersey Mikes. Holt, what did you get at Jersey
Boy,
Mikes?
I got the giant club sub. I love it. They got the best bacon in town, I will say. Best bacon ever. It's crunchy. It's delicious. They got the best subs in town, too. Check out any Greenville Jersey Mike's location.
South
Yeah.
Florida and Memphis.
Yeah.
And
So Notre
those
Dame,
are
South
2
Florida.
losses right
Yeah.
there.
So you're betting on you want Navy to win this week because
Knock
you're saying
North
they're going to
Texas
lose 3 in a row after that.
They'll knock North Texas out.
Yes.
And then they have to play Memphis and Tulane.
Yes. Okay.
I don't know.
I think
I
the
don't know
best-
what I'm cheering for these days.
Yeah, I think the best thing
confuse myself.
is the hope that Tulane and ECU win out, and we play Tulane in the conference championship at Tulane.
Well, I don't know about South Florida. You know, we're getting wait.
Yeah.
We got to play this one week by week.
Keep tuning in. That was fun to talk about. Hopefully next week we get to talk about a Pirates dub. We get to continue to talk about the conference championship hunt and the playoff hunt. Fingers crossed. Go Pirates. See you next week.